Good morning, everybody. Good morning from Whisper. I hope you guys have a beautiful day today. We're going to talk about meditation a little bit. One thing that I hear a lot is people saying, I can't meditate. I'm too hyper. I can't just stay in one place and just sit with my legs crossed and just like levitate. And that is not what meditation is about at all. I can identify with that thought because I felt the same way the first time I was suggested to meditate. I used to go talk to this friend of mine every week and just tell her about all my problems and blah, 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 blah. This person at work did this and that person. She was like, have you tried like meditating? And I'm thinking, there's no way. I always have to have some type of music playing or TV going, something happening. And with time, as I started to give myself to the process slowly, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I learned that there's a whole world out there inside of me which I can explore through meditation. Meditation has so many benefits, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I like to talk about it so much. With a long time of practicing meditation, our brains can actually change physically, and we get the increased gray matter. We are able to enhance productivity, to reduce stress. Let me read some of the long-term meditation practices lead to significant changes in the brain, including increased gray matter volume in key areas associated with attention, focus, emotional regulation. Who doesn't need to be a little bit more regulated emotionally? Stress response, potentially improving cognitive function, reducing anxiety, enhancing memory, and guess what? Slowing age-related brain decline. Essentially, regular meditation may rewire the brain to promote greater mental well-being and resilience over time. So I think it is worth a shot of trying to understand how to practice this. How can we get these benefits, right? It's all about the benefits. So Whisper and I are going to tell you guys that meditation is nothing more, nothing less than just stay in the present to the best of your ability. That's actually called mindfulness meditation. So mindfulness meditation can even be practiced while you're walking in nature, as long as you can just maintain your mind where you are. Look at your feet. Where are you right now? Everything is okay. So no worrying about the future, no sorrow about the past. Just look at this tree, look at my feet, look at my dog, look at the water, look at the sky. This is where I am right now, and I'm grateful for where I am right now. Not thinking about what I want to have or etc. You get the point. That is one form of meditation, and it's called mindfulness. So mindfulness equals stay in the present moment. Okay, there are other types of meditations. You can do guided meditations, and I have a few guided meditations that I wrote myself by topic. So we have forgiveness meditation, gratitude meditation, dealing with anxiety meditation, all in this channel. Please subscribe and check out the meditation motivation playlist where all of these can be found. We also have silent meditation, which is one of the toughest types in my opinion, where you just stay quiet. And one thing to note is that you're not supposed to just have your mind emptied. There is no rule how the meditation process has to work for you. It is an individual experience. So as long as I can just breathe, right? Focus on that, inhaling, holding my breath, exhaling, and I continue to take that. Those breathings that maybe I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. You can do that right now as I continue relaying some of this information to you. You could just continue breathing and counting your breaths, because what that does is it releases stress hormones, right? It reduces cortisol. It increases brain function, it improves our circulation, it lowers blood pressure, It helps with our heart rates. And immediately, as we just focus on the breath itself, just focus on the breath, forget about everything else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and then exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. That practice alone already has so many benefits. So maybe you want to start by doing 10 times. You just inhale for 4, hold for 4, and just exhale for 4. So let's try that right now. We'll do inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. There you go. You just meditated with me. Congratulations. So today I want to give you guys a topic to think about. Today the topic is going to come from this book called The Four Agreements, one of my favorite books by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the first agreement that he talks about is being impeccable with your word. So I'm just going to read a few of the sentences of this paragraph and talk to you guys a little bit about it. And maybe we can start our day with that kind of mindset. Be impeccable with your word. This is how the book looks if you want to buy it. The first agreement is the most important one and also the most difficult to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. Regardless of the language you speak, your intent manifests through the Word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. So let me take a pause here and just talk to you guys a little bit about the word. You probably have heard of the power of affirmations, right? Looking at yourself in the mirror or just listening to affirmations. I believe today is going to be a great day. I have joy in my life. I have peace in my life. I'm here to help other people. Whatever affirmation that is going to bring some positive mindset to our days, that is something very powerful that is used very commonly, and it's helpful. But there's also the words that come from within, and I think those are the conversations we have with ourselves, about ourselves. And those conversations are so important and impactful, and we don't realize how many times we think things that are negative about ourselves, and we're putting ourselves down and creating beliefs that will impact our actions later. So for example, I can walk into a room and think, well, they're not going to accept me, or I'm not good enough because they all seem so happy and popular, and I'm not going to measure up because I'm stupid, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or whatever the case may be, whatever the word may be in my mind. And maybe somebody just doesn't look at me, or doesn't smile, or doesn't respond when I say hello. And guess what? That is going to reinforce that belief that I'm not good enough, because I'm thinking based on my word about that, right? So as I go forward that day and other interactions occur, I may see cues and just make an assumption that it is negative towards me, and that is going to bring my self-esteem down. So this is just a small silly example of the power of the word, but the word has a lot more power than that. So continuing here on the reading, you may do something and think to yourself, I wish I was smart, but I must be pretty stupid or I wouldn't have done that. The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we could spend days getting hooked just by that one belief in our own stupidity. Then one day someone hooks your attention, and using the word lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says, and make a new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel or act stupid. A whole spell is broken just by the power of the word. I'll give you guys an example. When I was little, I was in this church choir. I was probably, what, 6, 7 years old. And there was this girl that she was popular. She was always singing the solo songs. And I was just starting, in the choir, and they had this play where my character had to sing a song. So the choir leader said, "Bianca, stand up and sing a little piece of that song for us." I sang it, and he was like, "Okay, no, 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 sit down. We're gonna have Diana do that one because it's not good." And that was an agreement I took that day. I can't sing. I'm not good enough. I can't do this thing that I love because this guy that is the leader is telling me so. So that is the power of the word. And I held on to that for many years until one day I was like, you know what, let me try. And I started to try to sing again. And then I became part of a music group, and I was singing, and everything went well because that agreement that I wasn't good enough was broken. And it was broken by somebody else believing in me. Some person said, "Listen, no, you have good charisma. Come on, let's try it." And I believed that he believed in me. So we all have a power to use the words in negative ways and bring ourselves down. And also we have the power to break negative agreements and belief systems in other people and ourselves. And then we can use the word in blessings, in goodness, and encouragement. Encouragement is so important nowadays. People have so many doubts about their self-worth, their self-esteem, the sense of belonging to something in this world. So when we use the power of the words to bring encouragement and to lift people up, look at what people have. Everybody's unique. Everybody has different gifts. So you can see somebody and say, "Wow, you're really good at that." And just encourage. It will make you happier, and it will encourage that person. So there is nothing wrong about it. Let me just see. Okay, so here it talks about how it's misused. The power of the word is completely misused. We can use the word to curse, to blame, to gossip, to find guilt, or to destroy. Of course, we also use it in the right way, but not often. And this is something that comes from our brain and how it is structured. Because as primates, I think that's how you say it, like we were built back in the day when we had to survive in the wild. We were built to survive, and our brains are looking for what's wrong. Our brains is a survival brain, and it's always looking for what's wrong. Therefore, we don't have brains that are looking for happiness. Oh, how can I be happy and joyful? Oh, how can I be peaceful? How can I help somebody else? How can I make my life better? We're just looking to survive. So that's why people get very comfortable being uncomfortable. That's why people get very comfortable sometimes with familiar situations and people and circumstances that are not beneficial to them, that cause them harm, but they stay there because it's familiar. So the brain is built for survival. And a lot of times when we have this negative way of thinking, we use the word to gossip, to blame, to curse, to talk about it. It's because our brains are not looking for what's good. And we have to train our brains to look for what's good in order to be able to change the way our brains function. And that takes work. And that's why we're here today. So that is pretty much all I want to read, because I don't want to stay in the book for too long today. I want to wish you guys a blessed day. And I'm actually going to link a meditation that I've done about the power of words and a scientific experiment they have done regarding the words and how when they spoke a certain word, negative or positive, towards water, towards a plant, it physically changed the molecule of that water or plant. And our bodies are mostly made of water. So you see in these experiments that I will link here to the end of this video, you will see how amazing the power of the word is. So when we are attempting to be impeccable with our words, we are making a commitment to ourselves that we're going to change the way we think, we're going to change the way we speak in order to spread what is good and not what is wrong. So that is all I got for you today. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, especially share so that more people have access to these videos and I can continue making this content for you. And have a great day, everybody.